NWA Power, Episode 5. Again, I've said it once, I'll say it again. The hour flies by so quickly. You never find yourself watching these past 5 episodes where you think to yourself, you're looking at the clock, you're like, what is going on here? Can we move this along? It's just bam, 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 just quick and at 'em, and keeps you engaged. Couple of things, and this is in no particular order. You know, Jim Cornette, some of his taglines that I found funny in this episode: couldn't play dead if you shot him. Man, are you booing Shakespeare? Oh wait, he refuses to disclose. Best part of the night. They use her picture in prison to cure sex offenders. Wow. Jim Cornette, man. Listen, I got my waffles and the entire irons ready. I had them ready for this week. And, you know. Great show. Great show. A couple of things. I am going to go, I'm going to go around. I'm going to skip around. And I'm not really necessarily going to go in order. And this is key for me. Continuity. Kind of things when you watch wrestling, like certain shows like WWE, even like AEW, they some things are said like in a promo that doesn't like make sense, and you question yourself, why isn't this being addressed, or why did the announcers not pick up on it? Why aren't they saying anything? One of the things in which I liked, which was addressed actually, Homicide and Kingston, they're kind of going at the Dawsons. They're in line for a tag team opportunity. They have their shot. They're #1 contenders. They challenged the Dawsons, who had beat them prior. And they say, you know what, Dawsons, you beat us. No excuse. We're going to put our title shot on the line if you give us another match. Now keep in mind, just before then, prior, the Dawsons were saying that they deserve a title match. They want a title match. And long and behold, here comes Kingston. Here comes Kingston, and here comes Homicide. They want to put their title, the title match on their line. And the Dawsons say, you know what, we'll think about it. What? Like, what was there to think about? They're giving you a chance to get their title opportunity. If they're not able to beat you, they have to forfeit their #1 contendership. That would give it to you. That way you could face the tag champs. What was there to think about? That didn't make sense to me. And the commentating team addressed that. So I like that continuity. Or Aaron Stevens loses 2 out of 3 falls to Mr. Ricky there. He's on another level. A heel that gets heel reactions, right? It's amazing. I mean, wrestling in his wife's panties and pink kneecaps. It's foul. Those tights. His heat is pretty vocal. He refuses to, he refuses to disclose his weight. Priceless. That's a heel, man. You hate his face, right? He has that type of face that you want to tune in to see. Folks just completely just knock the crap out of him. It's so classic, so simple, yet, you know, so rare. Oh, Aaron Stevens, Josephus, right now probably the 1-2 as far as heels go. Those are clear-cut heels. Like other guys, like I'm kind of like, as their story develops, like I'm still kind of on the fence. I'm not even sure if they're heels or not. Like Eli Drake, is he a heel? Like all this, is he a heel? You know, and that's gonna, obviously you're gonna tell that when the story unfolds. But you know, Aaron Stevens, clear heel. I just you know, fantastic what he's doing. I just wish that he gets, I think he needs, you know, in that 2 out of 3 contacts that he had against Mr. Ricky over there, you kind of, you need to get Aaron Stevens some wins here. That way he's a little bit more credible, I think. He might not need it, you might say, but you do need something. You do need that, you know, you do need a win every once in a while. I'll tell you what, Eli Drake, love his old school promos. Like that promo that Eli Drake is able to cut. And I think here, going on between Aldis and Eli Drake, speaking of which, I think there's some type of foreshadowing, that, and it's showing that maybe Nick Aldis will declare war on Eli Drake. You know, all this dissing on him while talking to Mama Storm, Camille's intervention, you know, kind of things point that way. I think it will be maybe setting up a match at the first pay-per-view. And you know, speaking of that first pay-per-view, guys, it's important. If you love what NWA does, you want them to stick around. If you know, you gotta support them. You gotta support them. Tim Storm, by the way, speaking of promo, just sounds so genuine. I like his promo delivery. Tim Storm would also make a great general manager. That might even be the plan. Or maybe I could also see them, another kind of armchair booking, kind of building Tim Storm playing Flair to Aldis's Triple H. This kind of has the Unforgiven 2002 Triple H versus RVD finish written all over it. Question being, who's playing RVD? Or in other words, Nick's next challenge. How about this for a stable? Aldis, Camille, and Tim Storm. Maybe it'd be nice if they had tag enforcers or a big guy to watch his back. You know, and this is kind of like an old lion who's not sure if he's still got it angle that they're playing out with him. I like it. Can you possibly see Tim Storm being a heel? Again, is Nick Aldis a heel? Is Eli Drake a heel? Tim having a heel turn could be awesome. Take the national title from Cabana and be the man you have to be, the man that you have to beat to get to all this. Another maybe awesome storyline with some great matches. Tim Storm, for what it is right now, is the best babyface in wrestling as far as the NWA. Who's his competition? Seth Rollins? Ah! I kid. I kid. Colt Cabana winning the title. You know, we'll see how this plays out with James Storms. At the end there, don't get me wrong, I like seeing the Rock and Roll Express. Can you take them seriously though? They're legends, but they're on the older side now. On the older side, can you take them serious? I like the fact that, you know, can you take them seriously? Do you believe that the current tag champs kind of backpedaled away from the Rock and Roll Express? Do you believe that? You might not have, but maybe when you seen Kingston and Homicide support the OGs and Rock and Roll Express, maybe I think that, believe it or not, actually gave them a little validity. Like, yeah, look at this, the Rock and Roll Express, rock and roll forever. These guys are legit. You better keep your eyes open for these guys. So I like that little touch that you've seen there at the end. A lot. You know, just going back to that Colt Cabana thing. He won the NWA title, in the national title from James Storm, like I said. I just wished they would have shown him celebrating more. Wish maybe a little bit more was done. Like, hey, this is a big title that this guy won from a legit former, you know, from a legit competitor in James Storm. I wish they would have maybe focused a little bit on that more. Maybe bring a little bit more credibility to that title and what a big win it is for Colt Cabana. But I get it, they kind of had to rush it along because they had to get in the unexpected tag match in there. So I get it too, but it was just a little bit disappointed in that. Overall, again, another great episode of NWA Power. I am really liking this. Hope you guys tune in. Check it out for yourselves. Support the pay-per-view. Support merch. This is going to be vital for a program like this to get off of YouTube and get their own TV deal, which I'm sure that's, you know, that's probably the next step that this company wants to take. So I hope all is well. Look forward